how to make Ride of Steel in RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. Ride of Steel. It's a hypercoaster, which means it's over 200 feet tall. It has some tiny hills with aggressive airtime moments, which is that feeling of being thrown to the moon. There's some other hills that are pretty big, but don't really offer much. There's also an awe-inspiring straightaway. And when I mean awe-inspiring, I mean it is so awe-inspiring. It has some helixes. Did I mention some helixes? Yes, this ride offers a bit of helix within it. These helixes are the most dramatic part of any helix element type I've ever seen on any roller coaster. Helix means that you're like wrapping in circles. You're traveling in circles, around and around and around. And so I'll be recreating all of this on RollerCoaster Tycoon. So in this area that's colored red on my Niagara Falls RollerCoaster Tycoon Park is where I'll be building my Ride of Steel recreation, per se. So I'll start off by building the first drop. This first drop I'm going to be building is right here, just so that it interacts with the side of that cliff. I'm starting off with the first drop because if you have any element in mind to be specifically somewhere, it's best to start with that element rather than starting with the station. And so after this first drop, I'm going to have a right-hand turn, and then it's going to have this wonderful, lengthy, beefy, awe-inspiring straightaway. And after that, it goes into a big hill that doesn't really do much, just like the real thing. And then it goes into another helix, and has all these wonderful straightaways on the sides as well that I want to build. Very easy to do that, just a bunch of straight pieces of track stringed together to create a straightaway. Then there's another bland hill, then another bland hill that drops down into these S-bend bunny hills. Now these bunny hills are those tiny hills that have very aggressive airtime moments. And if you remember, airtime is that wonderful feeling of having some great menacing hand chuck you out through the atmosphere and push you straight toward the moon. That sensation is airtime. Then it goes into the mid-course brake run to slow the ride down to prepare riders for the next bout of madness. The next bout is this booster section. This booster section are a bunch of these launch section pieces that are stringed together to push the train forward at a fast speed. Reverse or brake section. And that speed is needed to generate enough momentum to push the train through this wonderful, glorious helix. If you thought Ride of Steel had a great helix, which it does, think again, because this helix is not repetitive. It is dynamic. It will feature long circular motions up, then long circular sections down, and then up again, getting tighter and tighter and tighter until it spits you out. This feeling is like a centrifuge or a fiddler's fling for you Midwest folk. And after that, the ride does a little bunny hill, do a tight turn, then straight into the brakes. And that is Ride of Steel. Now we can see what the end result of this beaut is, but let's enjoy it by looking at... What time is it? It's test time! Who's leaf blowing? Can you hear that leaf blowing? It's quite distracting, but